outside, but he's got no chance with Emperor's Club. He's everything they thought he was. This is something special. Horse Chestnut very easily done off the guineas. Pocket Power has swept into the lead club zone. He's going on too strongly. Pocket Power, the true champion, has come away to win from our giant.
They say you don't count the years, you count the memories. From a field of maidens stretching their legs for the first time around Durbanville to Horse Chestnut killing them in the J&B Met, Jehan Malherbe has been the voice of Cape racing for 44 years.
I was lucky enough to have horses as a child, and I rode. Believe it or not, I was once the Western Province Junior Show Jumping Champion. It was a long time ago. I was a lot smaller then. My father always had a keen interest in horse racing. He loved punting. He was a surgeon and he eventually got himself the gig as course medical officer here at Kenilworth. Then he became a steward of the old South African Turf Club, eventually wound up chairman of the SA Turf Club. So I kind of had someone leading me astray from the beginning. Standing in a pub with a beer in my hand, I used to imitate commentators and thought I was clever. One day Sandy Bickett took ill. Graham Hawkins, who was assistant at the time, was away in the army, and there was no one to call the races. So I volunteered, and they wouldn't let me loose right then, but the next week I started.
Apart from his natural talent, one of Jehan's greatest characteristics for me is his sense of humor, his delightful sense of humor, sometimes cutting, sometimes dry, but always funny. But it's been an absolute pleasure knowing Jehan all these years, and he certainly added value to my life as well. Jehan, go well, my mate.
'79, I called my first race, yeah. I can remember the winner, and it was a horse called Jet Comb, trained by Ormond Ferraris, who had a string in Cape Town down in those days. It was around about August, somewhere in the middle of August, 1979, yeah, long time ago.
I can honestly say that I've been fortunate enough to work alongside a man who had a calm demeanor, who had attention to detail, who was meticulous when it came to accuracy, but more so had an impeccable and a remarkable insight. It is those qualities that I think I'll remember most about Jehan. Long after you've retired, people will still talk about Jehan Malherbe because of the memories you've left behind in those top quality races you've called over the years.
I was lucky enough to call great horses in my time. I was around through Empress Clubs and Wolf Powers, and so Horse Chestnut certainly in the Met and the Guineas were great races.
I can honestly say that my career has been better off for knowing Jehan and working with him. The thing that always stood out for me was his brutal honesty and integrity. His reading of races and commentary experience over the 40 odd years that he did it also made him an astute person to be associated with. He was the voice of the Cape. To understand what an influence he has had on studs, on the book and on South African breeding, this is a great tribute and salute to him, which he deserves.
Got a lot of funny incidents when I was commentating with Neil Andrews, because you know he's a laugh a minute and hiding microphones and doing all kinds of funny things.
I wouldn't even know where to start with some of the laughs and entertainment that you've provided and career advice along the way. So I'm forever appreciative of that, of our friendship, which is most valued. If I was to single one out, it would be the playing of rock, paper, scissors at Milnerton on a 1600 meter straight when the all clear flag had just gone up. I think I still got heart palpitations. In fact, if you go back, my open heart surgery probably is directly related to playing rock, paper, scissors with 30 seconds to go.
All the years, it's been an absolute pleasure knowing you and working with you. A very professional commentator and someone that has been a role model for many younger commentators out there and been part of the fabric of the commentating community here in South Africa. Well known, also well traveled, and I know that he'll enjoy the retirement from the commentary box but continue in his capacity as one of the best bloodstock agents that South Africa's ever produced. Enjoy your retirement, Jehan. Great knowing you, and all the best.
Well, Jehan Malherbe leaves the commentary box with so many fond memories. I mean, you go back to the days of Mark Anthony when he won so impressively and Jehan got behind him as he drew away from the field to win so impressively. We wish Jehan everything of the best with his retirement. Go well, my mate.
It's been fantastic. I don't want to sound like Rassie Erasmus, but I've been blessed to A, have a job, and B, do something I love doing. So, from that point of view, it's been fantastic. I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Although he's retired from the mic, Jehan will still be around doing bloodstock work through Form Bloodstock. So it's see you around rather than goodbye.
Wolfpower explodes through between horses with 50 to run, and Wolfpower has come through to win going away.